What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Almighty Max. Today, bro, we're back to the NY drill, the fall of the Choos, man. You feel me? If you don't know who the Choos is, feel me? There's the rival gang to the Woos. And about like what Pop Smoke was alive around like 2018 to like 2020. Big beef, feel me? Between them. I mean, it's probably still beef between them now, but I'm saying like it was more like broadcast, more open and shit. Like it was more of a thing. Now it's not really that like people not really bumping their music like that no more. Like 22G is still popping buzz now, not like he was before when he dropped that song Suburban and shit. Like that little, you know what I mean? Him and Chef G going at it. Like, that really changed the game. But now I feel like the Bronx is taking over really the drill scene in New York. Brooklyn really took a step back once Pop Smoke really died. And like, it hasn't been the same in Brooklyn. I'm not cap to like it's not really like this. It's not hitting the same. Favi's still doing his thing, but Chef G locked up. It's like it's not hitting the same no more. Bronx really got it. They really carrying us right now. So let's hop straight to the video, man. Roll to 1K.
Brooklyn,
drop a like if
over
you're new.
the past few years, between the
Rolls
Woos
on
and the Choos. Early on, the two groups was evenly matched in the music industry, with artists like 22G's, Nick Blicky, and Coach the Ghost representing the Choos.
Yeah, Nick Blicky also died, right? I'm pretty sure he died.
Murders and gang indictments hurt the group's position in the music industry. Let's take a closer look at the fall of the Choos. The war between the Woos and the Choos has been active for over a decade. The Woos were originally called Wave Gang and were made up of different allied blood and Crip sets based in Brownsville. The Choos originally went by the Hood Stars and was made up of GDs from the Ebbetsfield houses in Brooklyn, as well as other gangs they were cool with. In 2012, a major gang indictment called Operation Tidal Wave brought down 43 members of both the Wave Gang and the Hood Stars, who were accused of crimes ranging from shootings to grand larceny. There were allegations of snitching on both sides, and ever since then, the two groups have had problems. After the indictment, the Wave Gang reformed under the Woo umbrella, and the Hood Stars formed the Choos. These two groups have been in a violent war that has terrorized the streets of Brooklyn ever since. The first GD rapper to start popping was 22G's. 22G's is from East New York, Brooklyn, and started gaining a buzz in 2016 with tracks like Blicky and Suburban. He started building a following on YouTube with his music videos racking up millions of views. He was one of the first rappers to use UK beats, and many consider him as one of the early pioneers of the Brooklyn drill sound. 22G's formed a group called the Blicky Gang, which featured other rappers like Nick Blicky and Nas Blicky. 22G's was the star of the group, but together, they all helped shape the early Brooklyn drill movement. Then, just when the Blicky Gang started gaining momentum, 22G's got in a wild road rage incident that almost ended his career before it really began. The rapper was in Miami for a show when the driver of the car he was in got into an altercation over a parking spot. The driver tried to pull him to a space that was too small and ended up hitting the car in the next spot. The owner of that car and another man saw it happen and confronted them. At one point, the driver pulled out a gun, shooting both men before fleeing.
Bro, Florida is one of the worst places, and pretty much anywhere down south is the worst place to get into like altercation with niggas. Cause everybody there is strapped, my nigga. Everybody got guns. So if you visiting, I'm pretty sure if you're from there, you already know this. But if you visiting like down south, my nigga, if you from New York, bro, not everybody in New York got guns, my nigga. Unless you like licensed or like unless you're not scared, you know what I mean, to get locked up for having an unregistered gun. Niggas don't really carry guns around here like that. But unless you bought that life. But over there, nigga, everybody got guns, bro. Like, everybody has them shits. So be careful who you argue with down there.
This led to a high-speed chase with police, which resulted in the driver getting killed. 22G's was in the car the whole time and got arrested for the murder after one of the victims died. He was later cleared of all charges once it was proven that the driver of the car was the one who fired the shots. But 22G's still spent the next few months behind bars fighting the case. So, while the leader of the Blicky Gang was locked up, his homie Nick Blicky stepped up to the plate and started rapping to maintain their buzz in the streets. Nick Blicky had been secretly making music before, but never dropped anything. So, 22G's getting locked up was the perfect moment for Nick to make his debut as a rapper. Once 22G's got out, the Blicky Gang continued to dominate the New York drill scene. 22G's and Nick Blicky collabed for the
White Cap, and they did not dominate the scene, bro. The Woos definitely dominated the scene. Like, come on. There was Chicago's like O Block and fucking like the BDs and shit that was like really like popping, and like the GDs over there was like the, you know what I mean, like the second stream artists. Like, there wasn't like as big as all the. That's what it was with the Choos. If you're not from New York, bro, the Woos, yeah, no nigga, the Woos is international, bro. Like, Pop Smoke to that shit to a whole different level. And these niggas, like, they obviously they making money, but they not as big as them niggas. But they was not dominating, my nigga.
The track Jet Li, which quickly racked up over 1 million plays. Nas Blicky and Breezy Blicky were also putting out music and doing decent numbers. So, for a minute, it seemed like the GDs had the Brooklyn drill sound on lock. But all that changed in 2019 when Pop Smoke set off the Brooklyn drill sound with tracks like Dior and Welcome to the Party.
So you were saying before Pop Smoke came out that there was, okay, that makes sense.
Even though many credit 22G's for pioneering the sound, it was Pop Smoke who really took it to the next level and attracted mainstream attention. But Pop was from the Wolves and often made references to the gang in his music. including the title of his debut mixtape, Meet the Woo. So now there was competition over which gang would dominate the Brooklyn drill scene, the Woos or the Choos. 2019 was Pop Smoke's year, so for a while, it seemed like the Woos had the upper hand. Plus, after Pop blew up, other Woo rappers began building a buzz, including 5 Foreign and Sosa Geek. Other rappers like Chef G and Sleepy Hollow also started gaining attention. They're not technically part of the Woo, but they're Crips who also beef with 22Gs and the Blicky gang. So, this applied more pressure to the gang now that their ops is blowing up. Then, in February 2020, Pop Smoke was killed while staying out in LA. At first, rumors circulated that his murder may have been due to his gang affiliations.
Damn,
but it was
he
later
didn't say 2020, and he said that nigga. Damn, so he was only popping for a year before they took this nigga's life, bro. Yo, bro, no cap, bro. If Pop Smoke was still alive, bro, he'll be one of the biggest rappers right now, bro. Like that shit is, it's crazy to me how like certain niggas don't really get to shine to their full potential, bro. Like he shines bright, but it's not as bright as he could have, bro. That shit is kind of sad, my nigga. That's fucked up.
Revealed that he was actually killed during a robbery attempt gone wrong. Pop's death left a major hole in the Brooklyn drill scene. He took the sound to a national level, only to be killed before he could reach his full potential. It was a big loss for NYC hip-hop, and for a while, it seemed like Brooklyn drill would never be the same. Just a few months after Pop Smoke was killed, tragedy also hit the Blicky gang. In May 2020, NYPD found Nick Blicky unconscious and
yo, rest in peace to both of them, by the way. They was both great artists and got taken away way too early, bro.
Unresponsive with a gunshot wound to the torso and butt on Winthrop Street in Brooklyn. Initially, footage leaked to the internet showing police standing over his body, leading many to assume that he was killed in an incident of police brutality. But come to find out, Nick was actually killed by someone he knew. Police uncovered surveillance footage from outside a nearby deli, which showed Nick dapping up his killer just before being shot. They used the footage to identify a suspect named Khalif Gleen, who had previously served time for attempted murder. The footage also showed that Gleen was rocking a blue bandana at the time of the shooting, leading police to believe that Nick's gang affiliations may have led to his death. The exact motive behind the murder is still unclear, but police
that back door, bro,
likely payback for the Blicky gang.
Left it open.
Smoke after his passing.
Rest in peace.
Both Breezy and Nas Blicky sent shots on social media after Pop's murder. So, police believe that Nick's death was retaliation for the disrespect. Nick Blicky's murder was a major L for the GDs. He was starting to build a major buzz with the song Drive the Boat and was working on his debut album at the time of his death. To make matters worse, a beef formed between two Cho-affiliated rappers, Envy Kane and Coach the Ghost, which caused internal tension in the gang. Coach the Ghost is a rapper from Brownsville who was part of the Choos back when it was known as the Hood Stars. He was one of the gang's members who got arrested as part of Operation Tidal Wave. He did 7 years, but kept it solid and never snitched on anybody. So, he earned a lot of respect in the gang. He started building a buzz with tracks like Goey Sauce and Hitless. Hitless gained a lot of attention in the city because it featured disses aimed at Pop Smoke and 5 Foreign. It even attracted the attention of Gucci Mane, who wanted to sign Coach to his new 1017 roster. But that never happened, possibly because of the Pop Smoke diss. Envy Kane is another GD rapper who's collaborated with 22Gs and Coach the Ghost on tracks like Wu K and Revenge. But eventually, they would all fall out, which led to Coach the Ghost kicking Envy Kane out of the Choos. Coach went on IG Live and announced that Envy Kane was no longer folk and that they cut all ties with him. It's not clear exactly what caused the split, but it's rumored that Envy Kane was starting problems with some GDs down in Atlanta. He was making the crew look bad, so Coach decided to cut him off to save face. Envy Kane responded by telling Coach to come find him outside if he has problems. He would also send shots at 22Gs, claiming Chef G had run him out of the city. So instead of coming together to take over the rap game, the Choos would be dissing each other and creating internal beef. Not long after making his debut as a rapper, Coach the Ghost got arrested for a parole violation. The rapper had been on the run from his parole office for over 3 years. The whole time he was dropping songs, he was wanted by the police.
Damn.
This may have contributed to him being dropped by 1017 because he couldn't do any shows or really move around properly as an artist while on the run. The final blow to the GDs came in August 2020 when 9 members of the gang were arrested for trafficking guns from Georgia to New York. The guns were purchased legally in Georgia, but then brought to New York illegally in rental cars or Greyhound buses. Many of the guns would be sold to felons and gang members who couldn't purchase them legally. Police learned about the gun trafficking ring after catching the straw purchaser, or the person who was buying the guns legally, and flipping them on the black market. Devon Wilson, the buyer, and selling them to members of the Blicky gang who helped smuggle them into New York. Wilson agreed to testify against his business partners, and a total of 8 men and 1 woman were arrested in the indictment.
Yeah, that nigga snatched. How you gonna? How do you think he was not gonna get caught? If you buying a gun, my nigga, that shit's registered, bro. Now, come on, so they use that shit. But regardless, that shit's crazy. So all these niggas either went to jail. I think they all went to jail, and only one of them died. And they had like a fucking civil war in fucking Choos. That's crazy.
Some of the GDs arrested were also rappers, and police were able to match some of the stolen guns to those used in their music videos. Some of these stolen guns were used in videos for songs like Guns in the Booth and Word to Folk by Saint Laurent Sauer and Tay 627. This only provided more evidence that these rappers were involved in a huge interstate gun trafficking ring. The police were able to tie Wilson to the purchase of over 87 guns.
Yeah.
One of the weapons, a .22 pistol, was used to fire shots at a police officer in the Bronx. 4 others have been seized by police the past month while they were searching the home of a man suspected of a murder in Brooklyn. NYC's been cracking down on guns over the past year. A spike in crime over the coronavirus pandemic has led to a major increase in gun violence. So, the feds have responded by doing whatever it takes to get the guns off the streets. An investigation into how the guns were making their way into the city led them right to the GDs. So now it seems like 22G's is the only popular Cho rapper left on the streets. He's continued to grind and dropped his third official mixtape, the Blicky tape, in March.
This nigga 22G is the avatar, my nigga. He's the only hope for them niggas. It's crazy.
March 2021, which peaked at number 20 on Billboard. He continues to receive credit as one of the early pioneers of Brooklyn drill and still has a dedicated fan base. But it seems like the GDs have lost a lot of momentum in the rap game compared to when he first entered the industry.
Now he did for sure was one of the starters of this Brooklyn drill. But shit, I'm gonna cap the Brooklyn drill scene, bro. It's pretty dead, man. Nigga, like, it's just 22G's and what, Favi's like the only popping one. That's it, bro. Like, that shit dead, man. Nigga, the Bronx taking over. Feel me? Shout out to the Bronx. Feel me? They doing their thing. Hopefully these niggas could take it far. Saying hopefully nothing happens to none of these guys. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's your boy Mighty Max, man. If you enjoyed that video, man, drop a like, subscribe. Let me know your opinions on this, on the fall of the Choos. If you think they fell off, if you think they didn't fall off, tell me why. Yeah, road to 1K, subscribe, man. It's your boy Mighty Max, and I'm out.